Hi there, Internet people. It's Chris Kutzer again, founder of Cary Spotlight, Hyperlocal newsletter here in Cary, North Carolina. And this is week 18. We're counting down the weeks to October 24th, which will be uh, the anniversary edition of Cary Spotlight. Now, 35 days to go. Yes, we're doing every day, 1 week out of 52 looking back at the lessons we learned from publishing a newsletter, a local newsletter daily. So let's see, let's get to it. All right, what we got here? Exploring economic future, allergy treatment, goose rescue, and some crime data stats. All right, so that's how we start our editorial week, having to look at that. Again, we're focusing on local stories. We do the crime data every week. Again, that's something that was requested by our readers. Seems like we've made some errors, and we always acknowledge those and we take care of them. That helps build trust because you're not afraid to hide your mistakes. You can take care of it. And our readers email and give us feedback on things of that nature. So this is pretty straightforward. Yep, we got an annual food drive. It's a local charity event, so we're making sure people are aware of that. So that was a pretty straightforward addition there. Following our formula, we have our three-part subject line, so it kind of gives people an idea of what the newsletter is about. When they come in, they have a look at the table of contents. Now, this is our specialty edition that focuses on health and wellness. So we see some Brene Brown stuff there, um, challenges with um, drug companies and insurance, talking about some psychology, mental health. There's always things going on. That's no longer available. Well, it was available at the time, so that happens. Insurance challenges, nationwide recall of dairy products. So we want to make sure we have our readers be informed of what these things are, and we provided links to different areas. And we have our reader poll again, getting feedback from our readers. This is our therapist that responds to movies and teaches people, insights about the mental health lessons and journey. So that's kind of interesting topic. And again, we're repeating this because there's a limited time for people to participate in this event. So we're just going to leave it up there for people to be reminded about that. And that's okay. You can definitely have the same thing again. Here we got looks like a crime story. This is an ongoing story that we're tracking about the environmental contamination, cancer causing potential cancer causing cancer causing chemical exposure at the North Carolina State University. So we're following that. The end of an era of local drugstore and then sports betting. So we've been following the sports betting story as it was coming down the pipe. So this is kind of a follow-up story on that. So the businessman caught in a scheme here. So that's a crime story. This again ongoing testing, and then people saying goodbye to Ashworth's drugs. So that's a nostalgia story, and people were able to give feedback and reminisce about their time there. And we have our two sports stories, and then we are doing some local events. And there you go, some trivia. And this one, we're doing a follow up on the whole cancer alert, talking about the herbarium that's closing, Again, people are into gardening. That's going to be important for them. So it's local. Again, we're focusing on local news, talking about sports stories, and talking about service outbreak because of a software glitch. So again, people have experienced that, so they get to find out the reason behind the glitch. We also have book recon, something that I mean to bring back. So definitely look forward to that in the future. People really enjoy kind of getting book recommendations. So it takes a little bit of time to put those together. So, you know, that's why we don't see that often. And we also have our trivia section. So we expanded not just giving the answer, but also having a little write up about it. And people actually view this as another story. They're actually really keen on getting to know what's going on here. And in this edition, we are looking at cat adoption Saturday, early voting, um, high court, state. So again, we try to stay out of politics stuff, but this is education. It affects everybody's kids, or those who had kids or grandkids. So we put those kinds of stories in there. Again, this is a charity kind of event, so we put that on full notice. People can support that. And we got a reader poll, again, engaging about that event. And talking about economic impact of the golf tournament in Pinehurst, which is not that far away from Cary, but a lot of people travel. A lot of people are looking for transportation out to that area, so it brings RDU is the closest airport, and then people have to travel there, so it does have an economic impact on the local area. So there you go. And this is our second specialty edition, which is the travel and discovery edition. So here we're going to be focusing on things happening at the airport, RDU, check back fees. Nobody loves those, okay, or enjoys those. So again, there's a hike in the fee coming, so letting people know about that. Bond Park, this is a local park in the area, so we're giving people kind of a spotlight on that. And then we have our ongoing series on the cruise trips. And our tasty trend is back, lemonade recipe. So we go there, we get a little video about Bond Park so people can see the activities. We have the map and the review section. Again, a user poll. We have our charities that we support, a local and local business right in here. And let's see, we got our tasty recipe. People can just read it right here and click here to get the full post where the recipe is. And again, we get feedback on whether people would actually try it, whether they think it's worth trying. And then the final edition of our editorial week, as always, is the real estate edition. And property sold, some corrections from previous editions. Again, if it's a small typo, a link, whatever, we're going to put the corrections in so people know it's taken care of. And, the links are here for people to check out the listings. They get feedback of which part of town they live in. And we're actually using this data to make sure that we're covering all the zip codes in our real estate listings here. And then we have also here a local business spotlight. So that's a write-up on a construction company. And they don't have a physical location, so they only have a website and phone number. So people can take care of those. And then we end up with our trivia section. And that's the end. That was the week that was, week 18 of Cary Spotlight here in Cary, North Carolina.